action. Alright, this is dialect survey. In this interview, we would like to observe your spoken dialect. We will ask you a large number of questions. Some answers will be used on the video and others will not, but everyone will be asked the same questions. Please try to answer quickly as you are comfortably able, and be sure to provide the first answer that comes to your mind. There are no wrong answers. Elements of a dialect. A person's dialect is comprised of the words they use, how they pronounce them, and the grammatical structures they use in their spoken language. All dialects are equal, ever-changing, and driven by rules. You are what you speak. Has anyone ever teased you for a word you used? What was that word, and do you still use that word?
Yes. Well, no to the last one, but yes to the first question. When I was little, I guess because my mom's from West Virginia, my dad's from South America, so it's like kind of all over the place. I used to say you guys a lot, I guess, and we're in the South, so people would be like, all my girlfriends would be like, we're not boys, so I started saying y'all more, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, I'm supposed to look over here, sorry.
That's okay. How would you address a group of 2 or more people? I guess you kind of
I guess I answered with y'all, or it used to be you guys. I think I try to say everyone now. Not sound so hick, I guess. I don't know.
What word would you use if you wanted to keep yourself from swearing?
It depends on what word. Gosh darn it. Or I say mother a lot. Just mother.
Mother?
Yeah.
What are some words or phrases you'd use to describe someone who is very drunk? It's okay to use slang.
Hammered. Usually hammered. Yeah.
What words or phrases would you use to tell someone you've recently vomited?
I just puked. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm being funny I say blue chunks, but that's really gross, so.
The following pages will have questions and photos accompanying them. Please answer instinctively by giving the first answer that comes to your mind. What would you call these shoes used for athletic activities?
Nikes.
Okay.
I can't say that.
No, like, what would you call the shoes? Not the brand, but more of like...
Sneakers.
Sneakers? Okay. What do you call this drink made with milk and ice cream?
Milkshake.
What do you call this item used in a classroom?
Chalkboard.
What do you call this insect with a glowing butt?
Lightning bug.
What do you call this carbonated beverage?
Soda.
What do you call this kind of sandwich?
A sub.
What do you call this item used in a grocery store?
A shopping cart.
What do you call these colorful toppings for ice cream or cake?
Sprinkles.
What do you call this hat?
A beanie.
What do you call this item used for holding water or sand?
Bucket.
Has anyone ever teased you for the way you've pronounced something? What was it, and do you still say it that way?
Yes. People make fun of the way I say home, and I still say it like that. Home.
Okay. You said you still say it?
Yeah.
Okay. The following pages will have some familiar songs and rhymes on them. Please do not sing the songs, just read them in your normal tone of voice.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
The following slides will have 1 or more words on them. Read them in a rapid, Succession. Okay, I was going to say succession, but okay. Please say them quickly. Do not stop to think about the pronunciation. Just say them in your natural tone of voice.
Aunt. Caramel. Coffee. Coupon. Crayon. Huge pecan. Ralph. Syrup. Time. Water. Athlete. Nuclear realtor. Caught. Mary, 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 Murray. Pin, pen, pan.
Okay.
I was going to keep going.
Can you please tell us a little bit about where you are from, including the places you've lived?
I was born in South America, Colombia, South America. I lived there for about a year, I guess, and then I've lived on the Outer Banks my whole life until here.
Okay. Were your parents from the same area?
No, my dad's from Colombia, South America, and my mom is from Morgantown, West Virginia.
What part of the Outer Banks are you from?
Kitty Hawk.
Okay.
What's your favorite hobby, or what's your activities that you enjoy in your free time?
I used to play sports when I was younger, but I'm not very athletic anymore, so I like to do art. I like to paint.
Okay. What do you like to paint, like portraits or?
I'm not much of a planner, and I just kind of like to do it, so whatever kind of comes out just kind of goes.
Okay. What's your dream job, and why did you choose it?
My dream job is to be an art therapist, and that's because when I was younger, when my parents divorced, I did a lot of art to, I guess, keep me happy or to express myself, and I want to give that to other people.
What exactly do they do?
It's like a process type of thing, and for a lot of people, it's hard to talk, I guess. Like, say a kid was raped or something really bad, their parents had a bad divorce, and they don't talk about it. Well, you don't even talk about what's going on, you just do art projects or play with a piece of clay, do this, and you ask them why you did that. Well, you keep going, and then eventually they start to express themselves, and talking becomes easier. So.
What was one of the happiest moments of your life?
When I got my puppy.
You got your puppy?
Yes. She's 2 now. Actually, her birthday was yesterday. So.
Really? What kind of dog is it?
I don't know. She's a mutt. She has like German Shepherd in her, but that's all I really can tell.
Is she like a rescue dog, or did you?
Yeah, I got her from the Humane Society off Greenville Boulevard, across from North Campus Crossing.
Can you tell us about the day you brought her home, or how you picked her out?
Yeah, I went to the Humane Society with my mom and my roommate at the time, and my roommate actually was being kind of rude, and the whole time was in the dog's face, like, oh, let me see the dog. So it wasn't, my mom was kind of getting mad, like she wasn't really letting me pick out the dog. But we went through a bunch of dogs, and when we saw, her name's Karma, but at the time it was Chloe. When we saw her, me and my mom just knew. We looked at each other and we were like, that's the one. Because my mom's always really liked German Shepherds, and she just was the happiest dog. So then I came back the next day with my dad, who was in town, which is kind of funny because they're never in town at the same time. And we picked her up, and my dad was like, oh my God, she's so big. She's going to be huge. And I was just so excited. So I guess that's it.
What was...
You need clip, yeah.
Okay. What was one of the scariest moments of your life?
When I was in 6th grade, I was walking, I lived right down the street from it's called the Marketplace, and like there's a Food Lion and a bunch of little Chinese, like a restaurant, a bunch of little stores, and it was probably like 8 or 9 o'clock, I don't know what time it was, but I was with 2 of my friends, and it's only like a 5-minute walk down the street, but we were walking out of the parking lot, and there was this big truck in the back of the parking lot with its lights, or just sitting there, but you could tell it was on. One of my friends was like, Adriana, that's kind of weird, like, I feel awkward about this truck. And then we're like, no, it's fine. And we just kept walking, the next thing you know, the lights turned on. And it just, like, started creeping towards us, and we ran into these bushes, and the truck goes around, out of the parking lot, kind of comes around to the side, and it just sits there. And then it comes back into the parking lot where we were, and we just took off running. And they had been building this house, like, right across the street, and there was, like, a big dumpster and porta potty and stuff. We ran to the house, and one of my friends went and hid behind the dumpster, and me and my other friend are by the porta potty. The truck comes into the into the driveway, and just sits there.
Oh my God.
And we're behind the porta potty, and he gets out of the truck, starts walking, so we're like on this side, and he would have seen us, so we had to walk around to the other side. And we just had to keep doing it until finally he got back in his truck and he left, and then we just took off running, threw all our stuff, and I think I cried the rest of the way. Then we called the police, and they came, and apparently he was sitting there had been complaints that he'd been sitting there for like 4 or 5 hours. So I'm guessing he was looking for a little girl. I don't know. It's scary though.
That's horrible.
Have you seen The Lion King, and can you summarize the plot?
Actually, The Lion King's my favorite movie in the entire world. So, yes, I can summarize. It's pretty dark but deep movie, and I'm kind of surprises me that so many kids watch it because a lot of kids can't handle it. I think that's why I liked it so much. But it's all about loyalty and family and how we're all interconnected and your choices kind of have repercussions and stuff, I guess.
Okay. And how did Mufasa's death make you feel? And what was your favorite scene?
Mufasa's death probably is the saddest thing any movie to me. And it's actually so sad I start crying before it even happens now. I start crying when Simba's sitting on top of Mufasa and he's like, we're going to be best friends forever, right? Or we're pals, you're going to be in my life forever. And his dad's like, no. And I start crying because I already know what's happening. And my favorite scene, I don't know, it's kind of tied. I like when Nala and Simba are singing their little song, you know, the King song. And then I really like when she comes back at the end and they have their little lovey moment. But then I really like Timon and Pumbaa and when they're fighting and yeah, I just love the whole movie.
If you're gonna summarize the plot, like if you had to tell the story to someone really, really fast, like how would you tell it? Tell us the Lion King, like the story of the Lion King.
It's about a prince whose father is killed by his uncle and he feels like he's isolated because he did it. He comes back to pretty much get his family's honor back and get rid of his uncle and realizes his uncle's the one who killed his dad. And then it's a happy story after that. He has a baby.
Cool.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.